Hello, Norwich University family. This is your president, Dr. Mark N. Rumo. We're at the end of the second week of August, so we just got done with our first few matches of student reception, student leaders, fall athletes, and some others. And we've learned some lessons, and we've had to put out some policy decisions and announcements. And I just want to explain what's going on so everyone knows, and just give some context to some of the decisions. But most importantly, I want to reinforce right now that we're fully committed to an in-person learning experience and student experience for the fall of 2021. And that's kind of driving the decisions that we're making right now and some of the policy updates that I've started to issue. Many of you saw that yesterday I had to put out a memo requiring masks indoors. This is not designed to last the entirety of the fall semester, and we'll come out of the mess as soon as we possibly can, right? So we convened our public health experts, mental health counselors, our medical providers, and medical community. And it was decided that was definitely the best step that we had to take right now. And if you're wondering why, this Delta variant it's prevalent around the country, and it's starting to be prevalent in Vermont and the surrounding areas. But beyond that, we're receiving students from 42 states and a few dozen foreign nations. So that kind of population coming into one spot at once, we're testing everyone upon arrival. And then, due to the prevalence of the virus from places from which we're receiving folks, it's the right decision to make right now. It's only inside, and it's only when you're around other people, okay? So if you're in a room alone or in your office alone, if you're an employee of the university, obviously you don't have to mask. But if you're in a room with your roommate, you also do not have to mask. But otherwise, when you're interacting in an inside closed environment, we're requiring folks to stay masked. And the reason is, this Delta variant is present at very high viral loads in the nasal cavity. So if you're breathing on folks, now, I'm vaccinated, obviously. Our campus vaccination rate is very, very high. So we're very fortunate to be in that situation. However, the vaccinated can carry the virus, and they can pass it on to other vaccinated people and unvaccinated people. And why that's a concern, and why we have to be super careful is, we have some folks that aren't vaccinated, and it's not just folks that chose not to, it's folks that can't be for various reasons, medical reasons, age reasons, etc. So we have a faculty member teaching a class, and the students are, even if they're all vaccinated, they can pass it on to the vaccinated faculty member who can bring it home to his or her elderly parent, their spouse, if they have an issue at home, or their young children who can't be vaccinated yet. So we have to be very thoughtful about these policies, and we also want to make sure our campus stays open, right? We want to make sure we can teach in person, that we have a full military training environment, that the civilian students get the full outdoor learning experience in campus and local and regional opportunities that they deserve. And we want a full athletic schedule. So if we don't do things thoughtfully up front, all that is at risk, obviously, and I would be very irresponsible if I didn't make those decisions up front. So we're very dedicated to the semester being the in-person experience that all of you, and I've heard it from everyone, you want to be in the classroom. Our professors want to teach in person, but we can't put folks at risk. We have to balance everything, the physical health, the mental health, the on-campus experience. And right now, given the prevalence of the Delta variant, the fact that it can be carried by vaccinated, and there are breakthrough cases, etc., this is the right decision at the right time to make sure the fall semester can be preserved. This is not designed to last longer. It won't be a day longer than it has to be, okay? I don't want to wear the mask inside anymore. No one does. But until we know what we have on campus, which will be in a few weeks, we have to go with this as the policy. Right now, outside, we're fine to be unmasked. Only a certain amount of folks have to if it's required by the athletic conference or the sports team. Or if somebody's facilitating an outdoor activity and feels like it's necessary, they will publish that before the event. But right now, that is the why on the indoor mask requirements, and we'll lift it just as soon as we know what we have on campus. And I say that because we did have a positive case. We had a vaccinated student who came to campus, and we were testing everyone upon arrival, and that student is positive. So the student's now in the isolation area, and we're treating that student, I'm avoiding saying the gender, that student very well. And the folks that the student was around, we had them all test again, but we didn't put them into quarantine, and we didn't otherwise restrict their activities. So because we had a case upon reception, we've reactivated the data dashboard so everyone can see about the tests and how many positives, so everyone knows that we're operating with full transparency. Okay, so I know not everyone agrees. I still get a lot of notes and emails that it's not a real pandemic, that masks don't work, the virus isn't real. I understand. I can respect your opinion, but I have to do the best thing for the school and for your students and for our faculty, staff, and our local community as well. So I hope everyone, even if you don't agree, that you can understand and support us in the decision. We'll review the data constantly, and we'll make adjustments driven by the data as fast as we possibly can. Okay, I'll provide updates as they are available and as needed. In the meantime, I just ask for your continued support. And this is going to be a great semester, but we got to make the right decisions to make sure we can continue. Okay, so thanks again all for your support and for keeping everything safe and open and the way our students deserve it to be. Okay, Norwich together, Norwich forever.